We're not populists, we're trying to do the right thing by the people.
Dazu kommt aber, dass wir natürlich auch nach heute Mitternacht nicht unsere
Οι πιστωτές και οι εταίροι μας δίνουν μια συμφωνία η οποία δεν αποτελεί λύση.
In a dramatic but widely expected step, Greece formally defaulted on a $1.7 billion payment to the International Monetary Fund on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Eurozone finance ministers have also rejected a Greek government call to extend its bailout. It means that Greece is now on its own financially and can't pay all its bills. Earlier in the week, Greece decided to close banks for 6 days and impose limits on withdrawals.
It's like living a small nightmare, but we know that we're not going to wake up really soon.
How did the Greek crisis intensify to such a big level? Let's go back to the beginning. Why is Greece under heavy debt? Greece's economy is small, but the Greek government has borrowed excessively in the past decade, which put the economy at risk in case of a downturn. And that's exactly what happened during the global financial crisis of 2008. In fact, in 2010, Greece was on the verge of bankruptcy. To avert this crisis, there came along a series of bailouts. But who loaned them so much money and why? Initially, private investors thought it would be profitable to invest in the Greek government debt. Slowly, after the 2008 financial crisis, Germany and other Eurozone members realized Athens could not repay its lenders and decided to give Greece financial assistance. They did not want Greece to break away from the Euro Union and print its own currency. So the Eurozone, along with the IMF and the European Central Bank, began the first round of bailout. Now, Greece officially owes around 240 billion euros or over 16 lakh billion in Indian rupees, with Germany as the biggest creditor. So after the bailout, why is Greece still facing a crisis and why hasn't it paid them back? The bailout money mainly goes towards paying off Greece's international loans rather than making its way into the economy. And in order to pay back debt, Greece imposed policies that included deep budget cuts and steep tax rises, or what is called austerity measures. These moves only further aggravated the recession. Unemployment increased and the government was no longer able to collect enough tax revenue to repay all that it had borrowed. So what happens now? Greece has already defaulted on the $1.7 billion it was supposed to repay the IMF. It has also more repayment deadlines in the queue. Next week, a referendum could also test whether Greek citizens want to stay in the Eurozone. With no set decision cut out, the wait is to see if Greece and Europe find a way to muddle through the mess yet again. But it is important to state that the European Central Bank's actions will have a very significant impact on the lives of ordinary Greeks.